everybody, I'm Arthur. And I'm Buster. Welcome back to my podcast. If you are just joining, welcome. Today we'll be talking about my 6th DVD, Arthur's Chicken Pox. This DVD includes Arthur's Chicken Pox, Arthur and the True Francine, and Double Tibble Trouble. First, let's talk about Arthur's Chicken Pox, which is episode 18A. This episode starts out with me eating cereal and saying that it was a typical Monday morning in the Reed house. As I was eating cereal, DW was searching for something, Dad was cooking, Mom was talking on the phone, and Kate was crying. Ooh, I bet it was pretty noisy. Yeah, that's why I wished I lived in a quieter place sometimes. All of a sudden, DW banged on some lids like cymbals and shouted, "The circus is coming!" repeatedly. You see, the circus was coming to town on Saturday. It's lots of fun. In the imagination sequence, an elephant took away DW's cotton candy and ice cream. Back to reality, I was seen painting a blue elephant in art class. The thing was, I felt a little funny. After the title card was read, everyone else was enjoying art class too. Suddenly, a real live blue elephant appeared in the art room. Are you sure it wasn't your imagination? Well, I do now. Anyway, after the elephant disappeared, I ended up in the nurse's office. The nurse took my temperature. My friends were worried about me. The nurse said I just needed a little rest and quiet. Then I'd be good as new. So the scene transitions to me sitting on the couch, watching TV and eating crackers. DW entered the scene, blocking the TV and wondering what was wrong with me. I told her I was sick, but she didn't believe me. The scene then transitions to me and DW watching TV together. Mom entered the scene to turn the TV off. Why? You were just enjoying it. Well, I guess it was because it was dinner time. Anyway, while I got to have chicken noodle soup on the sofa, DW had to eat at the dinner table with Mom and Dad since she wasn't sick. Didn't she have spinach? Yup. Anyway, the scene then transitions to me in bed and having a dream. In my dream, I was at a real circus. I was on the high wire. A unicyclist gave me a unicycle to ride it from one end to the other. DW entered the scene to tell me to hurry up, so I reluctantly rode the unicycle and fell. I woke up just in time. I didn't notice it at first, but I was covered in red spots. It wasn't until I went to the bathroom to discover them. My family went in my bedroom to see what was wrong. DW thought I had polka dots. Now, just so we're clear, polka dots and chicken pox are two totally different things. Right. Anyway, Mom decided to call Grandma Thor to take care of me while my parents were at work. She knew all about chicken pox. But that meant you couldn't go to the circus. Well, we'd have to see. But Arthur, chicken pox is very contagious. I know that. Anyway, the scene transitions to me reading when you threw a can with a string attached to it. I picked it up and called you to save me. Then DW entered the scene wearing a doctor's outfit. She took my temperature and puts on some calamine lotion. Then Grandma and Thora entered the scene to take care of me for real. The scene then transitions to me in an oatmeal bath. DW was pouring the oatmeal in the tub. Yuck. It helps to soothe the itching, Buster. Oh, that's good to know. By the way, didn't you get to have juice in the tub with a crazy straw? Yup. Lucky. Anyway, as I was scratching and drinking juice, DW put oatmeal in my drink and I splashed her. Grandma Thor told me the #1 rule about chicken pox: no scratching. Otherwise he'd get an infection, right, Arthur? Right, Buster. Anyway, DW then told me that if I was a good little boy and don't scratch, she would bring me a home balloon from the circus. Then Grandma Thor suggested that DW should go to her room and draw a picture, but she wanted to guard me so I don't scratch. The scene then transitions to DW spying on me through her binoculars. I scratched just a little bit, and DW blew her whistle. She called me and went to tell Grandma Thor the news. She had a huge tray full of things that would make me feel much better. Didn't DW ask Grandma Thor when she gets to drink juice with a crazy straw? Yes, except it was covered with germs. As she went to get her lunch by the sink, the scene transitions to Grandma Thor giving me a back rub and telling me a story about how I was born. Then the scene transitions to DW asking Grandma Thora when she was born. She also asked if she could have a back rub too, but Grandma Thora was busy making tea for me. Then the scene transitions to DW putting baby powder on her face to look pale. Why? You'll see once I explain further. Anyway, DW made loud moaning sounds as she came down the stairs. Grandma Thora was surprised that DW had the chicken pox too. She wanted an oatmeal bath and juice with a crazy straw. So the scene transitions to DW having fun in the tub. Grandma Thora entered the scene with juice and a crazy straw. She opened the curtain and noticed all the spots on DW were gone. I bet Grandma Thora was disappointed in DW. Oh, she sure was. You see, DW faked being sick so she could get some attention. The scene then transitions to DW in bed. She asked Dad why I get chicken pox and she doesn't. Dad told her she was lucky she wasn't sick and that chicken pox was not fun. DW thought differently. She thought it was more fun than anything. Then Dad told her she had until tomorrow to decide. If she didn't want to suffer through the circus, she could stay home with me. Then the scene transitions to you, Buster, calling me on the phone and asking me if I could come to the circus. And what was the answer? Yes! Because my spots were healing, there were no new ones and no sign of a fever. Then DW came downstairs, not noticing she had spots all over her, and told Mom and Dad that she decided that she was going to the circus. Mom and Dad turned around and gasped. They even giggled a little. Why would one giggle when the other one is sick? Beats me. I guess it's because DW was being very grown up and didn't notice. She looked in the reflection from the toaster, and that's when she noticed she had chicken pox. She was excited. Really? If I was sick, I wouldn't be excited. I'd be miserable. Well, with DW, it's different. Anyway, she asked Grandma Thora if she could have all the stuff like a tray and a bath. Grandma Thora thought it was the strangest case she had ever seen, but she sent DW to the bath anyway. DW then showed me her spots. I told her she was going to miss the circus, but she said, "Who cares?" She then explained that the circus comes every year, but you only get chicken pox once. I smiled because she made a good point. And that's how the episode ends.